All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the Enebo Racing channel. Tonight, we're gonna keep on going here on Roxy. Roxy's got some bad head gaskets. I just got done doing a whole bunch of cooling system repairs on it. Put a new radiator, thermostat, coolant hoses, all sorts of things, and found out that no, we got some head gaskets that are leaking. So we gotta get those changed out. While we're at it, we're likely gonna put a camshaft in it. And I think that's about it. There might be a couple of little things that I'll think of as we get going here. We are in my new garage, which is sweet. I'm gonna get you guys on a time lapse here once I give you an overview of what I've got going. And then, yeah, we'll get to work. So, already got the plenum off, got the radiator off. I'm gonna work on getting the accessories taken off. And then I think these valve covers are loose. Yeah, so valve covers are loose. We'll get those off. Tonight, I may get to the point where I get the lower intake off, but we'll see. Just gonna get to work taking this stuff off and see how far we can go. Yeah, so the plan, we'll get the heads off. I may or may not have some aluminum heads to put on it, but we'll see where this takes us. I know ultimately I do need to get the motor out because I have a new McLeod clutch sitting over there that I need to install. And then I got an aluminum driveline for it and some other little goodies. So we're just gonna tear it down to the point where we need the picker and we'll see what we do. All right, I've been ripping at this for probably the last 30-40 minutes. And I think I found the freaking problem, guys. Take a look at this. So I popped this valve cover off to inspect some things before. And just popped this one off and I'm looking and I was like, oh, there's some, what the heck is this? Dude, not the type of head studs you're looking for. Oh no. All right, well, look at that. Head bolt sheared. That is wild. I wonder if someone tried to take it off or something. Holy smokes. Either way, bummer, but we'll figure it out. I'm hoping this head comes off, otherwise, geez, we'll see what we gotta do. But otherwise, you know, I think I'm going to end it on this note tonight, but we'll come back. I got to get it into TDC, pull the distributor, pull the intake, and then it'll pretty much be ready to pull out. I'll probably end up pulling these rockers and push rods out, but otherwise I'll probably pull the motor with the heads on and then just worry about getting the head off once it's out on an engine stand. But for now, we're going to leave it here, and then I'll pick up. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow, but we'll pick up where I left off here once I come back to it. All right, we're back in the shop this morning. It's Christmas, and I totally forgot to film any of this, but we got Roxy's motor out. The plan was that my dad and my brother are coming over for Christmas. The whole family is actually, but we're gonna be boys in the shop, and I was gonna plan or pull it with them, but you know, we're already ripping here this morning. I'm gonna hopefully have some bolts to throw this thing on the engine stand, but I bought a new engine hoist and an engine stand, so we'll be able to put this on there and get it all cleaned up. I want to take my time on this one, chase all the threads, get them all clean, and then got to get the heads off this thing, obviously. Yeah, just want to take an update, at least show you. Got the motor out, and it's Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. All right, so went to the hardware store on my way home from work, got some bolts, got them mounted to the stand. Go ahead and crack these head bolts loose. See if this one will slide off, even with this one broken. Hopefully that doesn't give me too much trouble, but yeah, we'll zap these heads off and get those out of the way. All right, so this one came off pretty easy, slid right off of there, and then luckily this is actually just loose enough to spin out by hand. So not entirely sure of why it broke. Maybe just so much torque, but yep, so that is a relief. This one's all good to go. I'll chase those threads, make sure they're all good to go. I'll get this side off, and then we'll probably flip it over, and I gotta get the pan off and kind of game plan on what exactly I'm going to replace on this thing. But cylinders don't look horrible. Stock pistons, all the dots are going the same way. I would suspect, since this one was broken, this is probably the area that it was leaking into. Not entirely sure, but if I had to guess, probably that one. So we'll get this head gasket off and I'll look a little closer, but hopefully. Oh yeah, it's pretty clean. Let me get this off here. Who knows? I would imagine it was probably leaking right here, just given that this is extra clean right in that area. But yeah, not too bad. I'll clean the tops of those. The cylinder walls look great, so that's a bonus. Yeah, looking good. We got both heads off. This gasket was definitely the culprit. Threw away the other portion, but you can see that it was it was eaten through, and it's actually all the way through. So it's just letting some combustion gases through, but the motor looks good. I'm gonna call it for tonight, but finish just cleaning it up, preparing it, and then, yeah, just like I said, I got a couple things to do underneath the oil pan, but I'll reseal that, and yeah, just start putting this thing back together. And I can't really put this fully together until I get the motor out of Stormtrooper, and I can't do that until I get the dock installed into it, so we'll come to a pretty abrupt halt here at some point with this motor. But yeah, might as well just knock out everything I can, and yeah, I'll probably put the camshaft in it and a couple other little things, but other than that, it's pretty much ready to roll. Got the pan off, letting her drip. Things are looking pretty good. I'm just briefly swapping out the steering shaft, and I did this on the turbo car. Highly recommend this. It gets rid of that rag joint and really does give you quite a bit of driver feedback inside the car. Steering just feels really nice and tight. So we're gonna slap in the new unit there and yeah, tighten that up and get that out of the way. All right, so we got the Maximum Motorsport steering shaft installed, all torqued down, good to go. And then I guess tomorrow or whenever else I come back out here and get a chance, I'll probably throw the new clutch fork, pivot ball, throwout bearing, but then I also have a new bearing retainer that this throwout bearing slides on. So I'll need to get in there and tap that old one off and get a new one on there. Other than that though, we're still cruising. All right, we're back out here. Another beautiful day. We are working on Roxy's engine. Basically just have to get the deck and the pistons cleaned up before I can throw some fresh head gaskets on it and then mount some cylinder heads. But been cleaning away here for a little bit, and I'm gonna just kind of show you what I'm doing. All right, so I already got the block surface cleaned up pretty good, and then I got this piston cleaned up as well. But basically I'm using some krill oil to soak the carbon on the tops of the pistons, and then just been rotating it up after trying to keep things out of the cylinder, and then been basically just hitting it with a wire brush, and it cleans it up really, really good. Gets all the bulk off of there, and then I'm using this little 3M plastic disc to clean off the rest of it. And I mean, they're coming out really good. I don't think I'm gonna do too much more on that. And yeah, once this is good, all I'm really having to do is tear down this motor to get these head studs from it. And once that is done, then we should be good. I'm on a roll here. I'm gonna keep on going, and yeah, I'm just gonna show you what we're doing here. All right, so pistons are clean. We got the deck all dialed. And so now I just want to chase all of the head stud holes, basically anywhere that we're putting a new bolt in here. I'm gonna chase those threads, make sure they're dialed, but I am going to work on taking this engine apart just to get these head studs. And so that's gonna take me a minute, but shouldn't be too bad. All right, so tech tip, these bottom studs or bolts, they're always tough because they go into a water jacket. And this one, I kind of swore I broke it loose with the Allen, but then when I went to take it out, and this ended up stripping out. And I don't have any extractors. There's tons of ways to get this off, but I just use the nuts to double nut it. And then it just basically, you know, pulls it against itself. And I was able to get it out that way. So if you guys ever run into an issue, that's a good little tech tip. We got this all torn down. I got my push rods and lifters pulled out of it. I did end up pulling the cam out of it as well. Right now, I'm going to just run through the threads on these head stud threads, clean those up, and get the studs installed. And we'll see where we end off there. Buddy. Dang.
They'll just whip them.